of led us astray. We got turned off somewhere. We may have overestimated our first day hiking legs. With all this elevation on the first day and all these miles. Whew.
We've been trooping it uphill, kind of just slow and steady, feeling pretty good, but it's tough.
On a crazy first day,
Yeah.
the last thing you want to do is add an extra 2 miles.
We did good and everything, but I hurt bad. Yo. And we didn't quite make it to the camp we wanted to.
Oh, more stairs. Perfect. This Grafton Notch loop is kicking my butt compared to CT. Okay, so here's the dilemma. To make it to Old Spec, we're gonna have to climb another 3,000 feet.
And it's about to get dark.
And it's about 3 miles, and we've got about an hour left of sunlight. We're here in Newry, Maine, about an hour and 45 minutes northwest of Portland, and we are about to start the Grafton Notch Trail Loop.
Yeah, we're gonna set out today. We're gonna be doing about 13 miles, 13.1, 4,800 feet uphill, which means we'll be doing some downhill as well, but that's less impressive to list. We're going from the beginning of the trailhead, and it looks like Camp 1, we're trying to hit East Baldpate. So there's a couple of commonly used areas on both sides of Baldpate Mountain, and we're gonna be shooting for one of those.
Sweet. All right, well, let's go.
Let's do it. We'll just have to be a little bit cognizant for the first couple of hours to see our distance. That way we kind of know what we're dealing with as far as making it to where we need to be. And this is 3.14 miles. So, you know, 3 more of those and we'll be there.
That was intense.
Little sippy sip and then roll.
Led us astray. We got turned off somewhere and went way off trail. So now we're backtracking all the way back to the close to the first peak. So that's fun. Not really. Kind of sucks, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Are we about like halfway backtracked, Kev?
Almost halfway, a little past a third.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, I think maybe close to a mile on the spur that we went off. So it's like probably 2 extra miles, obviously, to get back and then get on. I mean, I know where we are, so at least there's not an issue there.
Yeah, but you know, on a crazy first day,
Yeah.
the last thing you want to do is add an extra 2 miles. Just annoying. I don't know. I thought I was keeping my eyes peeled on the blue dashes and the cairns, and totally went off on the wrong stinking trail.
Okay, so we made it back to the spot where we got off.
I'm really sorry, man. That's my bad.
Oh,
I had my head down. I didn't see a very clear sign. Well, I mean, I did see the sign. Woodsum Spur Trail is the one that we decided to take, and that is not, that's not the direction we want to go.
We went that way.
So we saw this sign here that said Stewart Campsite that way.
Which is in the direction we're needing to head, but we were just like, oh, we don't want the campsite.
Right.
Right.
Because we're professionals in everything we do.
For sure.
So, you know, a couple extra miles. Got
Well,
this.
next time we see a sign, I'll just look at this instead, or in conjunction with, because I was just watching our stats on like time and pacing and stuff like that, and I was like, well, we know where we're, like, there's a sign, good. So I didn't think, you know, I check the map periodically. I think I'll default to map.
Just in case. If we come across a sign, we'll check it against GPS.
For sure. Was it terrible? No.
No.
It really
30% of me is really glad that we saw that trail.
Well,
now in about, what, 1.8, we'll get to some water.
we need to get water,
We'll take a little bit of a break. So
get some calories in and get some water.
Yep.
All right, let's hit it.
Let's do it. We may have overestimated our first day hiking legs. With all this elevation on the first day and all these miles. Whew. But we're doing all right. Just plugging away. Oh, more stairs. Perfect. I'll be real honest with you. Oof. This elevation has kicked my butt. I won't speak for Kevin. I think it's kicked his butt too, but kind of cramped up. I took 2 slip spills, if you will. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording because that would have been great footage. My adductors had just like cramped up about 30 minutes ago. So we're cutting our day short, or at least our mileage short, because sun is setting, we're sore, we're tired. You gotta set up the tent, you gotta make the food, you gotta hang the bear bag. It's just a little bit of housekeeping to do. So positive side is tomorrow we should get some amazing shots of the cascades and waterfalls.
We did good and everything, but I hurt bad, and we didn't quite make it to the camp we wanted to. I think we're 2.5 miles short of it.
Yep.
So tomorrow's supposed to be a 9.5 day, and it's turned into what happened today will happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stable rock underfoot, but it's still rock underfoot, and like a lot of up. The up was hurting. The down was hurting.
Yeah. We felt so rushed today. We didn't even get to capture a lot of stuff that we would have loved to have captured. We were just...
Yeah, we weren't wrong. We actually did
suppressed.
have to hoof it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Get the painkillers in the system.
Yeah.
And ate dinner and...
I feel good right now.
refilled water. So I think it's nighty-night time.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, I guess this is it. See you in the morning.
Yep.
Good morning, good morning. Day 2. Great recovery sleep last night, resting our bodies and our minds to set off on yet another big day.
Yeah, we got camp broken down this morning, had breakfast, did the whole morning routine. So it was pretty dark when we started, so we were on headlamps, but we're getting ready to head out here. The last bit of business is to top off our water before we head out.
Yep.
And then we got to hoof it.
Thankfully, we have about an hour and a half, 2-hour head start. And we're kind of making some priorities as far as where we kind of stop and rest to get some awesome footage, because we know we've got some beauty spots. I mean, the whole place is beautiful, but some specific spots between here and Camp 2, which will end us up at
Speck Pond.
Speck Pond.
I want to call it Speck Creek, but it's not a creek, it's a whole pond.
Yeah, so that should be awesome to see as well, and a lot of motivation to make camp there tonight. So
For sure.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Yo. Easy, man. We've been trooping it uphill, kind of just slow and steady, feeling pretty good, but it's tough. We're getting to the point here shortly where we'll be intersecting with the actual Appalachian Trail, and the rest of, I think the majority, if not all of the rest of the loop, I can't remember actually, but we're meeting up with the Appalachian Trail. We'll be walking on it for a while, which is kind of cool. Never stepped foot on any part of it. I know Matt's done the very last climb at the very literal end of the Appalachian Trail, which is cool. So he's had his feet on it, but I just think that's pretty neat. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. We've got some pretty good time that we should be coasting, hopefully, fingers crossed. Downhill, and it's not too straight downhill that it's worse than uphill, but we'll do that for a while, and then we'll kind of reevaluate and see where we are and get food whenever we need to. So we're just cruising right now.
We're here, and I think we're going all the way over, down, possibly up that one to get the speck pond. Okay. This Grafton Notch loop is kicking my butt compared to CT.
If we had to do something drastic and bail, that would be where we'd have to do it.
Yeah.
The other option is to take a big rest at some point when we really are like, I don't think I can walk anymore.
Right.
Like take off packs, like maybe make some food. That's the last real like major crossing road.
Mm-hmm. So the plan is let's go, make that our goal, get to the Appalachian Trail parking lot.
For sure.
And then once we get there, assess.
Yeah.
Be like, do we want to go ahead and push uphill?
Right.
And take a break like you said.
Can we?
Maybe
Yeah.
cook dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah, exactly.
and do some moonlight hiking.
Sure.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Could be crazy.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, so here's the dilemma. We made it to the Appalachian Trail.
The northern trailhead of Grafton.
Northern Trailhead, yep. And so to make it to Old Spec, we're gonna have to climb another 3,000 feet.
And it's about to get dark.
And it's about 3 miles, and we've got about an hour left of sunlight. So, if you will hit the thumbs up if you think that we're going to catch a ride back to the van, or hit subscribe if you think that we're gonna keep going and make it to Spec Pond.
Yeah.
Or just leave in the comments what you would do.
Yeah, that'll work too.
And we'll get back to you.
All right.
Okay, if you guessed it, we actually made it 3,000 feet in about 45 minutes. And we're here at Spec Pond. Wait, what's that?
Jetpacks.
Oh, so yeah, that's the van.
Yeah, that's the van for sure, bro.
So here we go. Expedition failed.
100%.
But there's a lot of factors into that, and I think we kind of can break that down a little bit later in a longer video.
Oh, we'll get into it.
But here's the thing, kids, listen, come here. Just because you failed at something does not mean that you are the failure, okay? There's a lot of other factors, and you can't... Logging truck. Great.
That's fine.
Trying to talk to the children here. Yeah, so just because you might fail at something does not mean that you are a failure.
Yeah, and only thing I'll add to that is I 100% agree. We set a pretty ambitious plan out. I say that we did fantastic.
Not knowing
Yeah.
with all the research.
Yeah, for sure. We did great. Like, I have no shame. Like, we did really great. There's possible scenarios in which we could have pushed and did some different things, but like, this was the answer and we knew it. We didn't know it until we needed to make a make or break decision, but we knew it was a good one. And dude, we just spent 2 days in the woods in Maine. Like, I had a great time.
I will say this, one thing about the trail is out of all of the first 4 segments of the Colorado Trail, this trail here kicked my butt.
Oh yeah, it's ruthless.
Hard. I mean, it's straight up and down. There's no switchbacks. There's not a lot of flat ground. You're up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, like over the course of the entire 2 days, I think we might have had an hour, give or take, of like easy hiking, maybe.
Yeah.
And everything was rock underfoot. I will say it was like
rocks.
stable rock underfoot for the most part, but you're still stepping on garbage the whole time.
Totally beautiful. But here's the thing is,
Unbelievable.
when you plan a trip, right, if it doesn't go the right way, then you kind of have to figure out how to call it, because you've planned for it to be a certain way. You've got a certain amount of food. You got a certain amount of energy. You kind of need to be done by a certain time.
Yeah, and the thing is like, if we were going to bail out, we could have easily like hiked further, cowboy camped, and then figured it out and like bailed out then. But the problem was we were at the highway that like leads to where our car is 15 minutes down the road. And we're like, well, if we're gonna have to do this, it's gonna have to be now. We can't really experiment with it.
And thankfully, we passed on the trail getting to the parking lot. We passed a couple who were just out for a little day hike that they've done before from Minnesota, and they offered to give us a ride. They said, hey, we'll probably leave here in a couple of minutes. Take your time to think about it, but if you want us to give you a ride back to the South Trailhead, we're headed that way anyway. And man, that was really hard, because you don't want to throw in the towel. You want to push the limits. You want to see how far you can actually go. And I think we would have actually made it eventually this evening.
Agreed.
But
At what cost?
At what cost? And I think it's okay for us to be able to realize we were defeated.
Yeah, this was the wiser decision.
Yep.
For sure.
So with that being said, thank you for going on that short adventure with us.
Yeah.
And you know what? Stay tuned to the channel, because we're gonna have more Maine videos.
Yeah, we're still in
coming
Maine.
out. we got more
still
time to
here.
explore now.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna get into some stuff.
yeah, it's gonna be great. So stay tuned.